What's happening, YouTube? I'm checking in. It is Saturday, the 1st of July. Pinch, punch, first of the month. No returns. So we are at Marchon HQ. It is our training day. This is the first one of its kind for us. We're always trying to think of new ways to bring the community together, open the doors of our incredible gyms, both here in Harpen and in Stratford, and get some of our online members to come down and train. So today's built around education. We're going to do an Olympic lifting workshop, which Paddy is going to run. And then we're going to go into 2 workouts, which Charlie and Paddy are going to run together. So I think we've got around 25 to 30 of the guys from the program. These are going to be somewhat free events. I think this one was priced at £10 to £15 and all proceeds are going to go to charity. And it's really just our opportunity to start to get some FaceTime with the guys in the program, brush up on a few technique bits, and just make sure that they are optimizing their training program as they go back to their gyms, wherever they are across the country. I know some guys today have traveled down from up north. I think someone's just traveled 4 hours. So we'll be doing more of these more frequently, more regularly, try and get on the road a little bit so it's not just down here at HQ. But like I said, the day's going to be built around education, connection, hard work, everything that Marchon stands for. And of course, we'll be breaking bread at the end. So today's episode, we're just going to have a little look behind the scenes of the very first Marchon online training day. Come with us. Today, everything's going to come from a place of good intention to try and improve some of your technique. But like I say, we'll only improve yourselves as athletes. The other bit is to meet more of you, improve the community, get a little bit more connection with you guys and also each other. And we want to try and promote you guys getting on the competition floors or basically using the programming for whatever it is that you're using it for.
So basically I want you to be in like 3, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just spread yourselves out somewhere along here. Just don't need a barbell for now. Towards the ceiling. Nice. Stand up. Then we're going to go through 10 slow air squats, so hands wherever you want. Again, spend a second in that barbell. So we've got 15 kg, 20 kg bars, and we're going to go in lines of 3. Just a little bend in the knee, we don't want too much bend in the knee.
Part 1. Olympic lifting workshop with Coach Paddy. This is going to be a really cool bit because most people's exposure, too loud. Most people's exposure to Olympic lifting is fairly minimal before they come onto like a functional fitness program, and this is often the movements that we see executed poorly. So Olympic lifting is complex. It takes good understanding, good motor control, obviously good strength. So some FaceTime, some in-person coaching around Olympic lifting is going to be invaluable for these guys when they go back into their training over the coming weeks. Most people here today are probably on the Perform program, and there's going to be some skill elements in there as it relates to Olympic lifting and gymnastics. So really cool portion of today.
Drive the elbows forward, drop the elbows down for 10 reps, okay? Just try to open up that front rack a little bit more. Keep a full grip on the bar if you can, so don't let the fingers come out. We're getting back into this position here, okay? So if I start with my feet underneath my hips, I'm thinking about my shoulders behind the bar, soft bend in the knee. This is the position we're trying to get back to every time, okay? So from side on, I'm thinking about soft bend in the knee, shoulders are staying behind the bar, and from side on, the bar should be in line with the middle of my foot, okay? If I bend my knees too much, that bar's too far forward, it's going to be out in front of me. So my hands are going to be somewhere outside of my shoulders. We obviously don't want to be too narrow. Find somewhere that you're comfortable, hook grips on. Barbell should be in line with probably the first lace of my shoe. And then I'm going to come down, bum down, chest up in that position here, okay? So the same thing that we were doing when we were getting down to that position 3, we want to think shoulders on top of the bar or slightly in front rather than being shoulders behind the bar. Like we were talking about before, if my shoulders start here, the only thing that's going to happen is I'm going to have to pull around my knees and I'm going to be moving that bar out in front of me and I'm going to have to chase after it, okay?
So we're connecting the barbell with the slide. Don't think too much. Nice. Yeah.
doing with the dip slide. So once I've come to that finished position, coming down, keeping the bar close and touching the floor as I come up. So if you watch me from side on, you'll notice how close the bar stays to me, hopefully. So I'm just touching my thighs, just to slow the bar down a little bit. Go! I'd like a verbal confirmation. Are we ready to go? Yeah! Okay, we're going in 10.
Sorry, I'm just busy listening to voice notes from Tom Grennan.
A run.
Is that actually from him?
Yeah.
I don't chat shit.
We're boys.
Loads of kids in.
He's coming down on Thursday. So, Olympic lifting workshop done. Like I said, for a lot of them, this is probably the first time they've had their technique analysed and been given some pointers. It's very easy when you're sort of training using an app in your own gym to kind of think you're knowing what you're doing, you kind of watch a video, but you kind of get caught up in just like trying to do the thing rather than actually like concerning yourself around technique. So that was a cool little first bit there, just to understand drilling some techniques and positions. That often goes out the window as we start to add load on the bar, but I think the guys will take something away from that. So we built to a 3RM, and then Paddy just did a little bit on barbell cycling with them, which is not going to be too frequent within the programming, unless of course you're doing the compete program and looking to compete in CrossFit. But it's always good just to understand the nuance between the two skills of using the skill for kind of building strength and power, and then barbell cycling, which is more seen in mixed modal fitness in competition. So that was really cool, and now we've got a couple of workouts. Charlie's going to lead these, so now we're going to get the chance to see people working together as in their teams, so communication is going to be really, really key. And yeah, looking forward to seeing how they all fare. Let's get it.
With this, I don't want us to all bolt off in that first round and hit 100 reps, and then the rounds after that we start descending 70 reps, 60 reps, 30 reps. That's not how I want us to pace it. Ideally, I want us to go into this thinking that our score is going to be our slowest or our lowest amount of reps in that from those rounds. Does that make sense? Lovely. So our wall ball, guys.
Good, Doug. Oh! No. Yeah.
Should I look at you or should I look at the camera? What would you like? What would you rather?
Look at me. I don't mind.
Look at you, baby.
Huh?
Look at me.
Actually, I'll sit down with you. Okay. I just wanted to catch up with you. How do you think this morning went?
This morning was great. It was really nice to coach that many people in Olympic weightlifting that I haven't done for a while, actually, having a good like 20 odd people in the room, so that was good fun. And it's nice, I think a lot of people actually in their training don't go through those positions as meticulously as they could, particularly if you're training on your own as well. You're not being forced to drill techers and stuff like that, so it was nice, I think, for some people that might not have experienced that or done much of that before, to add a bit of value. And those positions in Olympic weightlifting are so important, so good to give a bit of information they can then apply into their training and hopefully make them better athletes.
I spoke to Ollie earlier and I forgot to ask him, but it's probably a good opportunity to ask you. Obviously you write the GAIN program for Marchon. What's it like? And that's an online program.
Yeah.
This is obviously in person.
Yeah.
Does it highlight anything in fact of like, you know, if we got fully online and we didn't have any in-person stuff, like is it nice to have people in person here that are on your program and other programs? Like, what does that sort of highlight?
I mean, 100%. that's why I'm not an online coach exclusively, and why I never would be, because I value connection with other people, whether that's through fitness or whether that's just friendship or whatever, to be able to then give back to someone, which is why you're a coach, is to be able to provide information and coach and add value to people's lives and make them better, healthier, fitter, stronger, whatever it is. So then to be able to do that with advice and knowledge that you've got is great. And obviously you can do that online, but then you get to do that with, you know, there's so much more that you can understand through a person by being with them in person rather than just over FaceTime or whatever.
And then again, your team,
Mashallah.
your mix.
5 seconds, dude, 5 seconds.
Workout 3. A right bit of hard work. 3 9-minute blocks. Basically challenging their endurance. They've had an overlap, they've had a carry, they've had dumbbell clean and press, and then up to 9 minutes on bike erg, ski erg. Now the final piece is on the salt bike. Big finish to the day.
What do we always do, Sammy?
Break bread.
Always fucking break bread. Just touch that now. Sophisticated window process. That's a wrap, ladies and gents. First Marchon online training day done and dusted. Brilliant day. It's good to see some of the community. We're trying to do something a little bit different here at Marchon in the online space. Not only deliver world-class programming, carefully considered by some of the world's best coaches, but also bring together the community in some in-person coaching events like today. Our mission has always been to create unrivaled training experiences underpinned by education, purposeful action, and a strong sense of community. And today was another symbol of that. So the mission continues. Big up everyone that came down. That was a little insight into what we're about in the online training space. More of that to come. Over and out. Peace.